Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the show. So glad to have you on the live stream a little bit earlier today. We're starting at 4 p.m. Central Time, so I hope you noticed on social media and have been able to join us. So glad for all of you who are joining us. We'll give a few minutes for people to pop in. As always, you can join the conversation in the comments as we paint this afternoon. Your comments, your ideas, your thoughts, and your conversation are appreciated. This live stream is an ongoing live stream. This is episode 28. Every week I meet you here and paint a different painting on my journey to teach myself how to paint using YouTube videos. So I'm so glad that you joined me. This is really open house. Usually we paint about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So you can pop in, pop out, or stay for the whole time and chat with us. So glad to have you joining today. Hey there, Bob. Thanks so much for joining. I hope you had a great walk out along the river today. It's a beautiful day. My windows are open. I'm enjoying it. It's a little weird with the light in here, but it's nice to have some open windows as long as we can before it gets too hot. Have the sound of the birds, and fortunately I don't have too bad allergy problems because there's pollen everywhere here in the south. So glad you have joined us. All right, today we are going to be painting this painting, Beautiful Flower. I'm excited to try this out. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And so we will jump right in and get to work on this beautiful flower. All right, so let's see. Let me jump in. There is a new thing on a new option on my software that I am curious. Preview mode, what does that? Okay, that's not good. I don't know what that was, but I will play with it later. So we will get right in here and get started. I'm going to bring you right in with me, and let me kind of pull you a little bit closer here. There we go. Let's see. So you can look over my shoulder. I may have to adjust it because, like I said, the lighting is a little strange. Let me put that there. That may help. That helps a little bit, doesn't it? Okay. All right, I'm noticing more and more people come in. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Feel free to give a holler in the comments. Say hello wherever you are joining us from. We are live streaming across multiple platforms this afternoon. Usually we do this live stream at 7 p.m. Central on every Saturday night, but today we are starting a little bit early. So we are live at 4 p.m. Central. 4 p.m. Central. All right. We are working on this beautiful flower. I don't know, honestly, what type of flower this is, but it is beautiful. So what we're going to do is lay in some of the background colors and or the background first, just very broadly. So I'm going to take a little bit of a phthalo green, because there's a little green in this background, a little bit of ultramarine blue, which are kind of our standbys. There's a tad of red reflection, so I'm going to put a little magenta out there on the palette, just a tad. And then we're going to do, of course, our white to diffuse the color. All right, so let's see. I wonder if there's anything else I need. Maybe just a little bit, perhaps some cerulean blue, but I don't know. Maybe. All right, so this is what my palette looks like. I have ultramarine blue, phthalo green, magenta, white, and some cerulean blue. So we will start mixing this in and just get our background covered. So actually, and I'm gonna put some, I think some medium, which is a blending gel that will give us a little better blend, hopefully. We will see. Whoop, I just got paint on my pants. I have some old rags usually I put across my pants so that they kind of... All right, so I have a really nice background color started here. We'll put some more medium in there. Hi, Mom, Dad, welcome. Dad may be working still since we're early and you're even earlier out in the mountains, but we are just gonna lay this in. We're starting earlier today. I have a friend who is in the military here and getting out of the military local here, and is moving out of state, and so is having a small kind of going away get together this evening. So I thought I didn't want to skip the live stream, but I thought, well, I'll do a little bit earlier, and we'll see how that goes. Hey there, Mrs. Batamy. So great to see you. Thanks for joining. I usually do this every weekend. I'm here painting for a couple of hours, and we try a different painting every weekend, so it's kind of fun. What I did here, so you all can see, is I took some of this magenta and the blue and made kind of a purplish color. So I have kind of a blend of these colors as I do this background to kind of match what is going on with this, the actual photo. We're just, again, just covering just looking to cover this canvas today. Hope everybody's week is going great. Yeah, there's a lot of obviously Bob Ross and a lot of people who did this kind of show, and I'm not at all unique, just bringing it online a little bit. People say it's relaxing to watch. It's relaxing to do, but I'm glad when people can enjoy it. Bob, thank you. Oh my goodness. Y'all have to keep me on my feet. Thank you. Yes, now I see. It's a good thing I'm monitoring those comments, right? Sometimes I'm just in my own little world. Yes. I apologize for the background noise, loud motors, somebody's revving their engine. I live downtown, and so we have, and my windows are open, so we have background noise going on. I'm just doing really random, broad, big strokes so that we just get a wide variety of textures in the background. Just trying to cover up the canvas. We'll let that dry, and then we'll probably do one more coat. I'm going to take and I'm going to put some dark, kind of darker in here. Let me zoom this in a little bit. A little bit of a darker blend around so that when we get the flower in, she will really pop out. That's the goal. And it will hopefully give us that texture of the beautiful flower. All right. We're going to let that go a little bit, but what I want to do now, we're going to let that dry for a little bit. I'm going to mix a kind of generic color here. And see, while that's drying, I'm going to try to go in and just paint around this, the edges, so that when we get done, we have covered edges. This never works with my right hand on this side, but maybe I should put it up like that. All right, there we go. Then we'll just blend that in. Actually, should do the bottom edge too. Fortunately, sorry, you can't, this part is not super interesting. Someday I'll have multiple camera angles so I can switch to a different angle when I'm going kind of off the stream. Okay, now I just need to figure out how to, not how, but all right, let's see. I am going to put y'all on mute, and I'm going to dry this just a minute here. All right. Hey there, Rachel. My paintings, most of them are sitting on my mantle in my living room or in my classroom, my offices at school. I teach. I'm a teacher, and so I've put a bunch of them there. Most of them aren't really good enough to. Most of them are just. All of these are just for learning. So um, there's a few that are better than others. So I'm thinking actually about making some prints available of some of the paintings I've done in the past. But most of them are just piling up. That's pretty much what we do. Okay, this is getting. Oh, you can see a fingerprint right there. This is getting relatively dry to the touch. If I zoom in, you might be able to see there is some, so you can see in here and over here, here, how the paint really dries into the canvas. So that's why you have to kind of do multiple, um, there we go, multiple layers. So we'll give it just a minute to keep drying, and then we will do another layer in the background. Because this flower is so precise and delicate, I can't easily go around it. So the background really needs to be done um, when I when I start the flower. So I want to make sure that all of the colors are dry. The background looks like I want it, and then I'll be able to come in, and still a little tacky, so I might give it a little air dry. Pardon me. Just don't want to lift any of that color back off of the canvas when I add this second layer in. So that's why I am drying it with the air dryer. Okay. Being a little more precise this time, just because I want full coverage, so I'm being a little more picky, but it's looking really pretty. That blending medium is really nice. It blends that second layer a lot better. Except the fact that it's coming off the canvas now. So I want to smooth. I think I put a little too much of the blending medium in, so it makes it a little more watery than I want. A little more want a little more paint. All right, there we go. I think we're getting it. Getting it where we want it. All right, that'll do for now. I think that's really pretty, a pretty kind of modeled background. So I think we'll be good. I think there's still going to be some, yeah, I can tell it's going to show through. Maybe should have primed this. It has gesso, this canvas has gesso on it, but should maybe have primed this canvas a little more. But I don't want to delay getting into the painting the flower. So I think next time I will pre-paint the background. That may help us some. So, all right, let's go in. I did not do any, obviously, I did not do any sketching for this, so we're just gonna see if we can put in the main kind of shape of the flower. All right. So when I look at this, I want to do, I'm going to put some cadmium red on my palette, as well as some crimson, which is a little more purplish red, you'll be able to see, and then of course the magenta. That should help us, that should give us the colors we need for this flower, the main parts. So I have my cad red here, whoops, cad red, crimson, and magenta, and we'll see what we can do. All right, so we need also some brown, a little burnt umber, and a little probably more ultramarine blue, because those will give us the in the shadows of the flower, there are some darker colors, and so we want to mix those. All right, so we're gonna do some light kind of pinkish red. I'm mixing here some pinkish red, and that will be kind of our base. For the flower. So we're going to come in and just do, I think we want her like right there. This is a little tough because this is still pretty tacky from the layer underneath. So we may have to we'll start to put in some just the feelings of these. Then we can refine it as we go. Okay. We get basic shapes in here. Okay. Now, wow. All right. That'll give us the basic shape, and then we want to do little white. We'll work a little bit with just this single subject. Usually you can kind of jump around the painting and give one section time to kind of dry, but with this type of a situation, can't so much because there's just one place to go, basically. There's only one flower, so have to kind of, and this is because I think of the mixing or the blending medium is a little tacky still, which I'm not used to. So we will do this. Do just a tad of, see if we can put in some of this. All right, I think I'm going to try to dry this artificially. All right, that should help us. So let's see if we can put some more. This bright red in here. here's some of that. Now I'm going in and adding some of these deep violet brown, almost brown shadows in here along the edges of these long petals. Some of them at the very end. They have some of these really dark shadows. So want to put that in. Remember, the darkness or lightness, and actually even what a color looks like, is not necessarily what it's mixed as on the palette, but what it comes up against on the canvas. So if it's mixed, what it comes up against on the canvas determines what it looks like. Can be the same exact color on one side of the canvas versus another, and it can just look totally different because because of what's around it. So that's what I'm constantly making adjustments, because I'll put something on the canvas and it won't look on the canvas like it does on my palette. So you kind of constantly make those adjustments. Hey there, HB. one of the keys for this type of painting to making it look, to getting it to look correct, is multiple layers and layers and layers. So you'll notice I'm going over, I change colors a little bit, and it's a variety of colors in red and orange and purple and all these different variations of the same 2 or 3 primary colors, not primary colors, but basic initial colors. Then it's how they all interplay with one another. It's what creates the interest and the variety. Hopefully. At least that's the story I'm telling right now. Thanks so much, Bob G. I think I am going to work on these yellow sections. I think I need bright yellow and white. Because yellow is such a translucent color. So we're going to lay pretty thick blobs of paint out here. Okay. Hey Lola, yes, I started early. I have a friend here who is getting out of the military and leaving the state and is having a small get together, kind of a goodbye event this evening. And I knew it would have ended up running right into the time we do the live stream. And I would have, in any other circumstance, met another time. However, since he is leaving the state, I figured this was an time when I would have to change our normal get together. So I'm glad you saw the announcement. We're able to at least pop in for a little bit. Thank you. Yeah, it is. This is a beautiful. I don't know what type of flower it is. Does anybody know? It's breathtakingly beautiful, though. have no idea what type it is. Ooh, draw pictures of people. That's next on my list, Mrs. Batamy, is doing portraits. And I'm a little intimidated, so I'm impressed that you taught yourself. Um, yeah, trees are just a great subject matter anytime. Definitely think you should, if you do, post some to Facebook or Instagram, wherever. I think we're connected. Um, Definitely on Facebook. I would love to see what you do. I always love to see different people's drawings, paintings, and even just like it's fascinating to me how people like differences in how people interpret a subject. They can paint the exact same thing, and it's so like that to me is so cool. Like seeing how people interpret different subjects different ways. I don't know. Of course, I'm just really in love with this whole process. So oh, I bet you're right. I bet you're right. I bet it is an orchid, Lola. I always think of orchid like the grocery store type orchids, but there's so many varieties of orchids, and I bet you're absolutely right. Which is not surprising to me because I am infatuated with orchids. Like I love orchids. So it wouldn't surprise me that this captured my interest and is an orchid. Pink. Where is theirs? The only thing I think I wish I'd done differently is I wish I had done this pedal up a little bit, but I don't think it hurts the painting. Like, if people see the painting, unless they are comparing it exactly to the image, I think it's just fine. And as I've been learning the last 6-8 months, I've been focused on replicating pictures, but I want to start really now focusing on interpreting, like improving my interpretation of, so being able to still stick to the underlying inspiration, but not so much that it inhibits my ability to be artistic and to be creative, if that makes sense. So you'll probably see me exploring more and more as we go down this journey together. Yeah, I'm kind of loving how this is turning out, y'all. It's kind of pretty. All right, now I think I need to go back to the yellow because it's dried a little bit. I need to add some more because soaks into it's so translucent, it soaks into the canvas, and then it's kind of ends up a green instead of that yellow because it catches the blue that's behind there. So I definitely want it to dry yellow. And I learned that this technique, I think I mentioned it last week, but maybe. A good way with acrylics to get some good highlights is to do them in layers. Let them dry and then come in and add additional highlights. So we'll do that. We'll let those dry, and then I think I'll come in and put like a little shade of white on them, on the edge. Ooh, sharp eye. Yes, I did get did get a different watch. I'm impressed, young lady. Very sharp eye, Lola. Hey, Chase. Thank you, sir. Thanks for stopping in, even though it's a little bit earlier than usual. We are getting this one coming across the finish line here. Just add some detail here. Oops, don't want to do that. Okay, now we need to, the final thing is putting in this beautiful stem. So let's see if we can do this. Let's see. Kind of give us a all right. There's a little, we'll give some suggestions of some little leaves there. All right, that's a really bright green. It looks like a dark on there. Same to you, same to you. I hope it's a good one. I hope it is a good one. Oh, let's see. All right, there is some light green. Before I learned how to mix, I bought, when I thought I bought like every color of green. So I have these two greens, this kind of light green and a bright green. And then I have a neon green. And then I have normal sap green. And I have my phthalo green, which is my go-to. And I now mix. I remember, if those of you who have been around the whole time, remember when I said I was like, I'm just not good at mixing colors, and that's one thing I wanted to improve in. And well, I'm getting or gotten there where it's easier to mix a color than to just pull it out of the tube. And so I doubt I'll ever use these greens unless I do a painting for fun that is just taking all the shades of green and doing kind of almost a monochrome something, which might be really cool actually. So maybe we'll do that sometime. Y'all can keep an eye out for that. Oop. I used a lot of this bright yellow green. Let's see. Okay. I am kind of liking this. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Step back a little bit from that. See what we think. You guys can see kind of a close-up. Turned out fairly nice. I think I like this one. Things that I would change, that I would actually improve, would be some of the line work on these petals. Like if next time I do flower, especially, line work is really important, so that it doesn't. It from a distance it looks fine, but when you get really close, you can see some of the line work is not as precise as it could be right in there, and so it looks a little blurry, a little more out of focus, but overall, it's still a pretty good representation of what I'm trying to get, I think, and so that I'm satisfied with that, overall. So, all right, well, this was a quick one. Usually we go the full 2 hours, but there's no need to. I appreciate you all joining me on this early session. Next week we will be back to the same, or the regular time, 7 p.m. Central Time on Saturday, um, and we'll get that done. Thanks, Bob. I enjoyed spending the afternoon with you all and trying something a little bit different. Flowers are not easy for me naturally, but it's something I want to work on and get better. And so I'll probably be doing more of those as we go. So thanks again for joining me on the live stream. And you can follow me here on YouTube, or you can connect with me on Instagram if you'd like to see some of the in-process photos that I do of paintings. Some of the paintings that I start on the live stream, I don't have time to finish, and so I continue those throughout the week. You can check out my Instagram for that. And there is a new place you can go to, a new website I set up so you can go and find all the information and connect with me on social. If you use my name, Steve, Steve, Rice, RICE, card, CARRD, two R's, CARRD.co, steverice.card, CARRD.co. That will have all the 3 to 4 upcoming live stream links. So anytime, if you forget when the live stream is or where the link is, you can find it there. And you can connect with all of my social media outlets there in one place. So that's probably the website you'll see on various social media channels and different places to connect. And every week I will update so it has the most recent next 4 live stream links, so you can make it a little bit easier. You can also share that if you have friends or acquaintances who are interested in this kind of thing. You can share it very easily and they can join in. I think that's all for me. I hope it's spring where you are and starting to get nice, and you're able to open your windows soon, if not already, and enjoy the beautiful spring weather. For those of you that celebrate Holy Week, I hope you have a great Easter tomorrow. And we will see you next time on the weekend live stream. Have a great evening, everybody, and we'll see you next time.